So how is everybody doing? I'm like I said, I'm super excited. I hope you are too. This is like it's been 2 years in the making, basically, and it's crazy to me how far we've gotten along. So yeah, Tempest. I mean, it started all off as a educational project right here on YouTube, right? If you remember, if you were here, like leave a wave in chat if you were here for the very first stream. Um, Actually, let's go to the playlist here. Tempest. Yeah, this one. Do you remember this one? This was actually with my in-laws as well. I was temporarily living there because we were doing some home renovations. So yeah, and this was actually the same time I was writing the Timeline Taxi book. Yeah, it's all connected, folks. So yeah, raise your hand if you were here for the first live stream, and I just counted them up earlier today. 30 live streams I did for Tempest, and like this is not the end, of course. So we'll just keep going, but it is a pretty significant milestone. I remember saying in this first stream something like, yeah, it will probably take a couple of streams before it's finished. And here we are two years later. Actually almost exactly 2 years later. This was July 11th, 2023. So yeah. Tim was here. Ahref, you were there as well. Yeah, Binary Kitten. I remember that. And Binary Kitten, you're saying monitor output only applies to the selected streams. Since capture is for the browser, the audio stream source wouldn't automatically be on the monitor list. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like you're talking about my my white noise stuff, I reckon. I don't know how that like. I directly monitor in my audio interface. So and I should just hear my computer's audio just fine, which it didn't, but I'm not gonna debug that now. We might have a lot of other things to debug today. Who knows? Yeah, but it's been kind of crazy. Like at this point, Tempest was still just like, hey, let's do a fun project on stream, right? And I think I don't know at what point it like changed, but I think around this time here, where I decided to tag Tempest, and also did that on a live stream, right? Tagging the first alpha release, and that was some like, yeah, a pretty big milestone as well. And I thought like when we tagged alpha, I was like, okay, we're done. We need to do some more just small fine tunings and bug fixing and stuff like that. And then I think the alpha phase took even longer. And then I didn't do that many streams like the last months because of PHP beavers and stuff like that. But then we had beta, and we had like quite a lot of issues that were fixed. So it's not gonna be perfect. I know that, but we need to move along, and we need people to actually be able to use Tempest in order for it to continue to grow. So yeah, Adrian here. By the way, I tried to rewrite my packages stats package to Tempest, but you gave up because I was not able to store a model with time. Yeah, it should work, but maybe requires a little bit more documentation. But as far as I know, it should just add a datetime property and a datetime field in your migration and be done with that. But yeah, but this is something actually, Adrian, I still want to do. Not this stream, but well, maybe this stream. Let's see how well things go, of course. But Adrian built like a packages analyzer thing in Laravel, and I was talking to him about how this would be a really simple and like maybe simple project to convert to Tempest. So, but this is something I plan to do on the next stream, actually. So yeah, folks. Yeah, Katsugari, I don't know if I pronounce your name here, is switched to Twitch for less latency. The thing with Twitch is, yeah, like definitely be on Twitch, that's good. The thing with Twitch is I don't really share the link all that much because there aren't any replays, and with YouTube there are, which is a bit easier anyway. Hello there, greetings Aftandil, I hope, maybe. So yeah, folks, I think like there isn't much to do here besides tagging Tempest and dealing with all the things that might go wrong. I really hope, folks, I really hope nothing goes wrong. It would be so great if it just worked, right? Imagine that it just works. I know we have this habit on stream of asking like, okay, how many of you think it will just work first time? Like stress levels are rising here because it's one command and then it's basically done. It's gonna be fine. I hope this fixes that. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, there actually is a bug here. Next major should be 1.0.0. Okay, so that we will need to fix because let's see here, release. But this is just it should not be too difficult. Next major. So Enzo wrote all of this. Yeah. So this is a problem, of course, next, because it's 1.0, 1.0.0 beta. But he has a check for here. Alpha, beta, but matches 4 doesn't really return anything. This is great, right? Let's see. It should be what's wrong here? Should be an easy fix. Like fast forward 2 hours. Oh yeah, repository must be in a clean state to release. That's unfortunate as well. Repository must be in a clean state to release. Okay. Let's see here, and then we have, where's our beta over here? So we have our version. This is awesome. Let's see here. Our version is okay. That's fine. And then we do a regex match here on that version, and I guess there might be a yeah, if currently binary keytone is saying here, if currently is beta, next major minus minus, yes, but I would, okay, maybe we can just do that, yeah. But is it, but hang on, let's see here, is stable. Okay, so it's not stable. Okay, so it actually, the regex works. Okay, that's a good point. Pre-release, current version is pre-release. No, is beta. Let's see here. So is beta should be true. Yes, okay. Over here, this is missing here. Is beta, and then we just do this. Otherwise, it's if it's beta, then the next major, suggest next versions. I hope that should work. Let's see here, and then okay, convert the next tag. Okay, so we have a confirm there, so that should be fine. Let's see, where did I comment out some stuff? I don't, let's do it the right way. Let's remove this. Okay, that should be good. So yeah, by the way, Locus here, weird feedback sound, and then ignore in chat. I don't know, I'm like constantly stressed about the stream stuff now as well. Like, you can imagine what kind of, I should have a heart rate monitor right now, honestly. We're doing very stressful stuff here. And Adrian's like, ignore YouTube chat. Yeah. So just a fun story. But last week at PHPverse, we had like a team of technicians, right? And I could sit down and not worry about anything, just talking. It was so nice. But here at home, I have to do everything myself, and I have to like monitor the stream, whether like there aren't any connection issues, and whether the sound is good. And oh man, it's a mess here. I want a team of people all the time. So do you think this will be it? I think it is. And so fix release scripts. They're not gonna. I have to push this, but we have this rule, like the main branch is protected, so you have to go through a pull request. But I disabled that check, which is we have to do for when we're releasing, because we need to push some stuff straight to main. And I promised I would never manually push to main. Well, a test would have been easy to see if this fixes it. This is very difficult to test, Adrian, because like it's doing like API requests to GitHub and stuff like that. So it's just easier to not test it. I don't know. So I'm gonna create a new branch, fix release script, because otherwise like they will get mad at me. And they being Aiden, mainly. So fix core release script fixes for next beta. The unfortunate thing is that I haven't tested it. Actually, I could have done that. Why didn't I do that? I'm gonna do that actually, because like. Okay, temporarily disable this and then bin release. Uh-oh. You must be on remote branch. Ah. No, I'm not gonna break my promise. I'm gonna wait here until CI is finished, and then I'm gonna test. I should have tested it first. Actually, I just want to see like next major is 1.0.0. Okay, so that's good. That will work. I'm going to do all of that. We all know this promise and broke it. Yeah. No, I'm trying. Like I really promised that I wouldn't abuse this like brief state of where the main branch isn't protected. And actually we're going to add a like an API call in this script to automatically toggle it on and off during the release. So but for now it's still manual, so I mean I can. But look, Enzo, Aiden, you're watching it over here. I'm not breaking my promise. I'm waiting for CI to finish before I merge this. Okay, so Gloomy Art says, I can relate about the streaming stuff. I've been thinking about doing some streaming for years, but the whole setup and then going live stresses me too much. Yeah, it really is pretty stressful. And so I was really happy with PHPverse last week. Folks, we had like 15,000 people tune in during the stream, not all simultaneous, but it was more than expected. And it was just like, we could just sit down and talk to the speakers and interact with chat on Discord, and it all just like there were some technical issues I understood like at the start with some audio levels and stuff like that, but people fixed that, and I didn't even know that had happened until the end of the stream. So it was really nice. I really really happy with that. That reminds me I need to like put myself on Do Not Disturb here, because my phone is doing something. Schrodinger's promise. I bet he's not breaking the promise because You folks are looking, yeah. Quantum promises. Yeah, Katsugari here on Twitch. That was good stuff and nice to see some speakers with PHP verse. It was like a really great conference, folks. And I really hope we can do it again next year. We're doing some retrospectives now. What went well? What can be improved? And yeah, it's I'm really really happy with. And I'm proud actually. I'm really proud. Like with the team, of the community as well. I'm happy with that I didn't mess up too bad. Snoop Dogg streamed with his mic turned off for like a week. Oh, that's great. Thank you for mentioning that, Arthur. That makes me feel better. The biggest skill for streaming is not the setup, not the games or the things you do, but the ability to coherently talk to yourself without feeling like you're going crazy. Yeah, I don't know how I'm doing in that regard. I do feel like I've improved over the past couple of years. But yeah, okay. CI is done, finally. And I didn't break my promise. So let's pull here. Okay, so who wants to make a bet? Like, how are our chances about this working now? Let's try it again. Okay, but this is good. Next major is, yeah, this is correct. Okay, now I'm feeling the stress again. Like, you folks were distracting me with all your comments, and that was really nice. But now it's like there is very little I can do here. And like, worst thing that happens is that the thing gets tagged, and I need to remove the tag, and then do it again after fixing some stuff. So it's not all that like bad, but you know, before tagging here. Like I noticed another comment. I'm switching to TypeScript because PHP has a lack of generics, and no PHP doc sucks when you're going to use interfaces and inheritance and have to use like these kinds of doc declarations. Adrian, like I'm with you that the PHP docs suck, right? I think it's better than nothing, because if you add PHP doc generics, you do get a lot of static insights from the IDE, from static analysis tools. But I'm with you. Like, I want proper syntax as well. Now, switching from one language to another just for syntax related stuff, I don't think that's the wisest idea, to be honest, because I've said this over and over again. PHP isn't like its syntax. It isn't its interpreter. It's more than that. Like, part of what makes PHP is, of course, like the language, the text you write. But the most important part is actually the community and the ecosystem. And like the things you can do with PHP, because so many people have built on top of it. Now, TypeScript is very large as well. So like, I'm not saying that's an argument to not switch to TypeScript, but just switching to TypeScript because of generics, because of some kind of syntax you're missing in PHP, it will, like, I think you will be disappointed in the long run. So I'm just giving you that advice here right before we tag Tempest 1.0.0. Just so you know. But you do whatever you want to do, of course. And I'm with you. I want proper generic syntax as well. Maybe someday. Let's go. Okay. I know there is like a visual glitch here. I don't know why that happens. It only happens in the release script. Or maybe it doesn't and there's a bug. But then we'll fix it in patch versions. Okay. So that worked. If we go here, we now have our tag, proper changelog. Okay. Now the last step to happen here are the subsplit actions. But yeah, no, they still need to finish. And then packages has to update. Let's see chat here. href amid, is there a change sets equivalent in the PHP world that could be used for version and release management? What's change sets? Never heard of it. Did I turn off my, no. Change sets. A tool to manage versioning and change logs. Yeah, I think, I don't know what all of this does, but like the thing that Enzo wrote with like the with this release script, and then like the generation of like the changelog and stuff like that, that's all automated, but it's kind of custom for us. We're not using any package here. So so yeah, let's see our actions are splitting all finished. So let's check this out. They should all be tagged as well. Where are the releases here? Yeah. Aren't there any? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe there aren't any releases over here. No, yeah, tags. Ah, yeah, they're just, the tags are just added instead of the releases. Well, basically that's it. Yeah, okay, it works. Everything works. Well, besides that one hiccup, but let's not mention that. No, yeah, that means actually, okay. That means that the Tempest is done, like released. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Composer. Oh yeah, okay. This is my final test, right? Just some manual testing, of course. No more dev main here, and let's do composer up. Well, packages might still need a minute actually. No, it's there. If this works, yeah, this is caching now. Yeah. Okay, that means I need to, and oh yeah, okay, this is okay. Wow. No, that's done. I need to still deploy this, of course, but I have all the changes here. I wrote a blog post, and I updated some documentation stuff, small stuff, but that's already here. Update to Tempest 1.0. Oh, let's merge. Accept yours, please. I'll just run another composer up. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, there is like a you know why that is? I know what that is. That's because of this one. And I need to update it, but we're not affected by the issue here. So yeah, anyway, but we need to update that. Update, just something like that, that's fine. Okay, and now we need to deploy. And then basically everything is done, if all of this works. That's looking good. And now some front-end stuff, and then static page generation, and then no, I need to do one more thing. Hang on. Tempest app. I need to tag this one as well. And this still has to be done manually. Version 1.0.0. Oh, come on. Create new tag. And then, oh no! I made a mistake. Delete. This is Tempest app, right? I need to update Tempest app. Hang on. Tempest app. Hang on. Yeah, this is why it's not automatically released. It needs to be 1.0 like this, and then yeah, basically let's do composer up. So Tempest app is like the project scaffold, right? Yeah, that's all fine, but we're not gonna commit our composer log this time. update to Tempest 1.0. Oh, merge. Why did you tag this? Now I have to rewrite all my projects in Tempest. Oh, sorry for the microphone again. Sorry, I know I did that. I'm sorry. I'm like, again, streamer noob. Now you have to rewrite everything in Tempest. No, you don't have to rewrite everything in Tempest. And like, let's be real, and I write about this in the blog post as well. There are things still missing, right? You cannot compare Tempest to Symfony or Laravel at this point. But there is a lot of potential here. And you definitely can do some things with Tempest. You can build pretty nice applications, but oh, I need to delete the tag too. Yeah, hang on. Delete, and then we'll do that again. Yeah, okay. Did I push it? Composer. Yeah, it's up to date now, right? Yeah, cool. So then we'll do that once more. Draft a new release. Hang on. Anyone? I'm sure you can compare it to our in-house framework. Arthur says, yeah, then that might actually be like a more accurate comparison. It might, yeah, and it might be interested looking at Tempest then framework. Well, there might be even more in Tempest than your own in-house framework. I mean, like, it's small, but like, it's not super small, right? If we look at contributors, let this load for a second. Like, we have 59 contributors up until this point, and of course not everyone does the same amount of work. That's like, everyone understands, right? But there is an active community here, which I think is a pretty important thing for any framework. So besides like the occasional contributors, there's Enzo doing a lot of work, there's Aiden doing a lot of work, and Aiden also does a lot of complaining. No, Aiden, I'm kidding. But yeah, I mean, it's Tempest. I dare to say that Tempest is a bit there's a bit more ground, a bit more a firm foundation compared to like probably an in-house framework that no one uses. So yeah, let's see. That's tagged now. Let's go back to our thing here. That's all deployed. So we go to Tempest, and it says 1.0 here. Nice. This is actually like, okay, let's try this out now to make sure everything still works. Yeah, Composer create projects, Tempest app in. I use TA. I've told this story on stream before, but TA stands for Tempest app. Basically, it's my test project, right? And then we go to over here. Yeah, so this is all fine. Let's see, Tempest serve. Oh yeah, the address is already in use. That's kind of unfortunate. That's my local setup, but yeah, it works. It's nice. It's working, Adrian. It is working. Oh, that is like a pretty big milestone, honestly. Gloomy Art says, I just hope it doesn't get bloated in the end. This is a, like, I've written about the birth and death of a framework years ago. Birth and death of a framework in 2021. And honestly, I was already thinking about Tempest at this point a little bit, although I didn't say, and it was called something differently. But I wrote about like the price you pay for success, right? Right now it doesn't really matter because not that many people are using Tempest. So, you know, we can move fast and break stuff, and we do have a vision to, like, for next major updates, to have an automated upgrade path, something like Laravel Shift, but just built into the framework, and you just run a command, and it will update your project for you. So that is like on the roadmap, but it's much easier to move fast when something isn't as popular as like a framework like Laravel or Symfony. They have to take years of legacy into account, and companies have built like huge projects on top of them. So it's like the price you pay for success. Now, if you're talking about the thing being bloated, I do think, like when I started Tempest, I told this at the start of the stream, right? But when I started Tempest, it was an educational project, right? There was no like incentive to make it into anything real. So we just started doing things. And we started to think outside of the box, basically, like for a lot of components and packages. And then people started to really like that style. So that eventually led to Tempest being a real thing. But at its core, the reason why we're here is because I think, this was definitely the case. But people like the different approach, the lightweight feeling of it. Even though it's very powerful, it feels very close to PHP itself and not being a framework. So I hope we can keep that, because I think it's really a core like part of what Tempest is. We'll have to see. I'll try my best to like keep that vision very, very clear. I wrote about Tempest vision, by the way, a couple of weeks ago here. And I tried to write it in one sentence. Tempest is a community-driven, that's important, modern PHP framework that gets out of your way and dare to think outside of the box. Maybe I should add here, and it like aims to be like stay true to PHP itself. It has to feel like PHP. I don't want it to feel like a super complex framework that you have to learn. I want people to basically implement an interface and just know what to do instead of having to go to the docs. We have beautiful documentation. That's not because of me. That's because of many people who helped work on this. I really like our docs, but I really want people to be able to start with Tempest without having to read the docs and just rely on static analysis, their IDE to tell them what they have to do. That's a big part of my vision here, and that's why it feels so lightweight, I think, because you just implement an interface basically, and you get along, you know. So yeah. Adrian here, you're circling back to what we were talking about, switching to TypeScript, and you're making a good point. I think, hang on, you're sending a lot of messages now, but I said switching to TypeScript because of syntax isn't a good idea, but Node applications are built in an event loop, third-party packages are developed in that way, that like mindset. That's absolutely true. And so there is more to say about switching to TypeScript than just the syntax, but you mentioned the syntax as the reason. So, but if there are other reasons, that's... that might be very, like it might fit your use case basically. So Gloomy Art says here, we're circling back to Tempest now. That's what drew me to the framework in the first place. It really looks clean and light. Yeah. So, and again, I hope we can keep that like part of Tempest in the coming years. So yeah, what's next, folks? We have, like, it doesn't stop here. Like tagging 1.0 is just a, where am I here? This is the first step. We already have 2 components for 1.1 ready. Mails are coming, and then there are a Redis key value store component is also coming. And there are a lot of other things planned, like big things. I tagged them with newsworthy. Markdown component, that's actually not that big. Database seeders is also coming for 1.1 actually. Responsive image view component, Tempest chip would be nice. HTMX support. There's some Tempest view improvements as well, but that will need some more work. Mail support here. So those are a couple of bigger things. And then Let's see here. Let's filter on feature for a second. Because, oh yeah, different event bus transports. That's something we want to be able to send messages to like external buses, stuff like that. Let's see, our form builder that will be together with HTMX support is someday in the future. Let's see here. UIDs in the ORM, that's a small one, but that we need to actually, I'm gonna assign that to 1.1. Because that's pretty important. And while we're working on that, we might as well also, although this might already kind of work, I'm not sure. Project sprint. No, milestones, come on. Oh yeah, and Enzo is also working, but there's no issue for that, I think. Enzo is also working on, not this issue, on a like a debugger kind of telescope-like thingy. That will be nice. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. But yeah, we're making good progress. And I'm super happy with what we were able to achieve yet. So Arthur says here, I love the template-based email ID you proposed. I can see so many potential issues, but it's just fun, you know? It's so unfortunate because they said I like. Let's see if I can find that pull request. Yeah, this was my idea basically. When you, instead of having a like an email, a mail class basically, just write your template like so. And this is how I would like to write mails. And we still might want to add this, but too many people hated the idea. So yeah, I don't know. I like this. And then you could just like say send test mail and like give it some data and be done with it. It seemed like a really good idea, but I don't know. At least Gloomy Art, or was it near Arthur? Arthur likes it as well. Yeah, well, we'll have to think about this. But yeah, I don't really oppose the current implementation. It's fine as well. Like it's what you expect basically, right? Mailer sends reset password email with some data, and there's something to say for this approach as well. I mean, so yeah, but I was like, okay, let's not introduce this in 1.0 because we might have to think about it a little bit more, and I want to move along, you know, and that way we also have like a big feature to announce for 1.1. So yeah, there was actually one more thing I wanted to do here. I need to post it on Reddit and like get totally roasted. No, to be honest, Reddit has been very excited about Tempest. I need to find a proper title though. Hang on for a second, because it needs to like say what Tempest is in the title as well, because every time I post something about Tempest, like the first comment is, what is Tempest? You know? Yeah, here, like perfect timing, codes with YohaTube on YouTube. Sorry, I am late maybe, but I want to know what Tempest is. Tempest, well, let me, like, you've arrived at the perfect time, because I have to write a title for a Reddit post explaining what Tempest is. So let me think about it. Tempest 1.0 is now released, a new framework for PHP web and application development, embracing modern PHP, something like that. There is more to say, but probably people will already get mad at me because the title is too long now. It's never good on Reddit, folks. There's always someone who's going to complain. But I was saying, like, people are pretty excited about Tempest actually on Reddit. I was surprised by that. So yeah, let's do it. Let's make it news and submit. So that's that as well. Nice. Okay. That Well, yeah, I think that's basically all I had to do. Let's see. Oh yeah, no. Maybe let the Discord server know. By the way, if you want to join the Discord server, you can go to tempestphp.com/discord, and you'll end up here. And this is a nice place to hang out. We share about Tempest, but you know, there's just a bunch of like 400 developers by this time who are excited about PHP and Tempest and talk about cool stuff. So that's a Discord server. You're free to join as well. I just saw there's a messaging core. Maybe that's Enzo like saying, hey, stop, don't tag it. Well, it's too late. I don't know. I'll have to check that out later. So yeah. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, add everyone. Tempest. I'm so proud. Tempest 1.0 is now released. Oh yeah, let me link the blog post actually. And let's remove that. So yeah, I mean, come join the Discord server if you want to. It's a great way to stay in touch. Yeah, folks, I'm just really happy. Like the release went pretty well, and it's like I'm amazed with what we were able to do. And I'm saying we because like Tempest has been such a community effort. Unbelievable, like how many people pitched in with ideas and feedback, and like creating issues, asking questions, and then like quite a lot of people also just you know, really putting in the work and contributing on a very regular basis. So yeah, folks, I'm really proud. Yeah, and I like. I don't know what to say now. We're gonna wrap up the stream, of course, because this is what I wanted to do. I'm not gonna like convert Adrian's project to Tempest yet. That's for another stream, but we will do that pretty soon. If you want to like be sure you don't miss that out, click the subscribe button. You know what to do. And yeah, thanks for being here, folks. It's it all started here, and it's like great to end it. Not end it, but like share a pretty big milestone here on YouTube as well, where it all started. So folks, really cool. Thanks for being here in chat and to celebrate along. Now you should go try out Tempest and play around with it and talk about it with your friends, basically, and colleagues and at work. Spread the word, please. That would be nice. That's actually like, if you don't want to subscribe, it's fine, but go play with Tempest. Okay? tempestphp.com, and you'll find like, you'll figure it out. So yeah, folks, thanks for being here. And it's only the start. It is only the start. Folks, see you next time. Bye-bye.